sea to shining sea.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Kravitz and our Rhapsody Choir for that amazing rendition of America the Beautiful. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. My name is Jamie Penna, and I have the honor of serving as the principal of Ridley High School. On behalf of our faculty and students, I would like to welcome you to our Memorial Day observance. Before we begin, I'd like to extend a special welcome to Mr. Mike Amalfitano, along with his family and friends and guests. We are deeply grateful for his service to our country and to our community. Additionally, I'd like to take a moment to thank Mr. Hollingsworth for leading this morning's Murph Hero Workout. If you see me struggling to get out of my chair later in the program, you'll know why. Although I'm tired, I'm extremely grateful to have been part of it. It was truly inspiring to see our students and staff rise to the challenge, showing up at 5 a.m. with such commitment and determination. Today, we gather to honor and remember the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our nation. Memorial Day is a solemn time for us to reflect, come together as a community, and express our deep appreciation for those who gave their lives to protect the freedoms we enjoy. At Ridley High School, we know our role goes beyond academics. We're here to help our students grow, not just in knowledge, but in character. Events like today's ceremony remind us all, especially our students, that freedom comes at a cost. It's important that they understand the sacrifices made by others so they can carry forward a sense of gratitude, responsibility, and respect for those who gave everything to protect the values we live by. As we stand here surrounded by the symbols of their courage, let us remember the profound cost of our liberty. Each name etched on the memorial, each story passed down, represents a life of service, a dream interrupted, and a family forever changed. But their sacrifice was not in vain. The words "never forget" serve as both a promise and a responsibility. They remind us not only of the valor of those who served, but also the importance of their loss and the legacy they leave behind. It is our duty to honor them, not just in moments like this, but in the way we live, serve, and remember every day. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Kristen Schaefer to the podium to share with us the history and significance of Memorial Day.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here today as we take a moment to honor and remember the brave men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. Memorial Day began after the Civil War, originally known as Decoration Day. It was a time when families and communities would gather to decorate the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers, paying tribute to their sacrifice. Over time, it became a national holiday, officially recognized in 1971, set aside to honor all U.S. military personnel who have died in service. Throughout our nation's history, countless individuals have answered the call to serve, knowing the risks, but choosing duty over self. From the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of Vietnam to the mountains of Afghanistan, these heroes stood in defense of freedom, democracy, and the values that we hold dear. Today we remember not just their deaths, but their lives, their courage, their love of country, and their unwavering commitment to something greater than themselves. While many may see Memorial Day as the unofficial start of summer or a long weekend, it is much more than that. It is a solemn reminder of the cost of freedom. It's a time to reflect on the courage, dedication, and sacrifice of those who laid down their lives so that we can live in peace and liberty. As we enjoy time with family and friends this holiday weekend, let us not forget the true meaning of this day. Let us carry forward the legacy of those who served, and let our gratitude be shown not just in words, but in how we live as citizens of this great nation. Thank you. I would like to now invite Mr. Eric Hollingsworth, our Dean of Students, to the podium.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's Memorial Day commemoration here at Ridley High School. We would like to thank the administration, the students, and most importantly, the community for their attendance. This weekend is one where we honor the fallen, those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country. This morning, we had a number of students, coaches, staff members, and community members and supporters of Ridley compete in our third annual Murph Challenge here at the high school. Murph is a CrossFit workout that stands as a testament to the legacy of Lieutenant Michael Murphy, a U.S. Navy SEAL who died heroically in the line of duty on June 28, 2005 in Afghanistan, along with 18 others during Operation Red Wings. On June 28, 2006, Murph was introduced as a CrossFit hero workout. It has become a long-standing tradition in this community. Thousands of gym programs this workout each year on Memorial Day as a way to honor Lieutenant Murphy and all those who have served and are no longer here with us. All of the proceeds that we have raised over the last few weeks leading up to this event will be donated to the Semper Fi and America's Fund, which provides vital support to critically wounded, ill, and injured service members, veterans, and their families across all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. This year, we will be donating over $800 to the fund. Please give a special thanks to all those that participated and donated to this event. Today, we would like to give a special welcome to our guest of honor, Mike Amalfitano, and his family that are in attendance. Mike, otherwise known as Muff, or Coach Muff to many, has been a pillar in the Ridley community his entire life. Born and raised in Durwood Park, Muff attended St. James High School for 3 years and went to Ridley High School for his senior year. As a senior in high school, Muff played semi-pro football for Ridley Township, AA, and also played for the Aston Knights of the Seaboard Football League when the Ridley AA moved to Aston. Muff had the opportunity to play with the great ones, including New York Jet great Joe Klecko, a 2023 NFL Hall of Fame inductee, Delco great Vince Papale, who inspired the 2006 film Invincible, and Ridley's very own John Waller, who was the quarterback and longtime Ridley football coach. Muff was drafted into the United States Army in January of 1969. He was sent to Vietnam in June of 1969, where he served 1 year with the 101st Airborne in Infantry as a machine gunner. While in the Army, Muff was awarded the National Defense Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Combat Infantryman Badge, Vietnam Service Medal with Bronze Service Star, Vietnam Campaign Medal with 60 Device, the Bronze Star Medal, and an Air Medal. Two of Muff's medals read as follows. The Bronze Star Medal, 2 specialists for Michael Amalfitano, United States Army, for distinguishing himself by outstanding meritorious service in connection with ground operations against a hostile force in the Republic of Vietnam during the period 1 July 1969 to 30 April 1970. Through his untiring efforts and professional ability, he consistently obtained outstanding results. He was quick to grasp the implications of new problems with which he was faced as a result of the ever-changing requirements of both combat and pacification missions, and to find ways and means to solve these problems. The energetic application of his extensive knowledge was materially contributed to the efforts of the United States missions to the Republic of Vietnam and its people, assisting them in ridding themselves of the communist threat to their freedom. His initiative, real sound judgment, and devotion to duty have been the highest traditions of the United States Army and reflect great credit on himself and military service. The Air Medal, Specialist for Michael Amalfitano, United States Army, for distinguishing himself by meritorious achievement while participating in sustained aerial flight in support of ground combat forces in the Republic of Vietnam during period 15 June 1969 to 22 January 1970. During this time, he actively participated in 25 aerial missions over hostile territory in support of counterinsurgency operations. During all of these missions, he displayed the highest order of air discipline and acted in accordance with the best traditions of the service. By his determination to accomplish his mission in spite of the hazards inherent in repeated aerial flight over hostile territory, and by his outstanding degree of professionalism and devotion to duty, he has brought credit upon himself, his organization, and the military service. I think that deserves a round of applause. Murph returned home in June of 1970 and was stationed in Fort Carson, Colorado, where he played football for the Army. He was a starting linebacker. His team would play other local military bases and non-military bases in the country. Murph was discharged in January of 1971. He met his wife, Lorraine, in 1973, and the two just recently celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. They have 3 daughters, Rachel, who works at Mainline Health, Gina, who works at Joseph Anthony's, and Michelle, who was a special education teacher at Ridley Middle School. The Amalfitanos have 8 grandchildren. After retiring from the Army, Murph worked at DuPont for 25 years. Upon retirement from there, he worked for the Ridley Township as a building inspector for 11 years. Murph has coached football for a total of 39 years. His first 10 years were at Cardinal O'Hara from 1981 to 1991. Then in 1992, he went to Haverford High School and coached there for 29 years under longtime great Joe Gallagher. Coach Murph has been involved in coaching the Hero Bowl for 38 years, which is a football game played each May, and it's a major source of funding for the Hero Scholarship Fund of Delaware County, and provides scholarships for the children of police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical services who died in the line of duty. He still continues to be involved in it to this day. Murph was involved in the CYO program at Our Lady of Peace Parish for 25 years and was president for 15. He coached all 3 of his daughters in basketball from 5th to 8th grade and also helped start their theater program as well as many of their basketball camps. Now that he is retired, he can be found at a number of high school sporting events cheering on his grandkids in their activities. It is with great honor and the utmost respect that we notice and recognize Michael Amalfitano for his notable service to this great nation and outstanding community. Coach Amalfitano has demonstrated over the years his commitment to future generations of this country through his tireless service in volunteer work and coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Amalfitano.
This is a little bit nervous up here than getting ready for a playoff game. I told Holly there, I'm not big on speeches, but I just wanted to thank Ridley School District for giving me this opportunity to be here. And Coach Hollingworth, it is an honor. To the young people, it is an honor. I had a great life in Ridley Township. I went to St. James 3 years, like he said, but I ended up over here at Ridley. I graduated in '68. Love being around the kids. It's fun, you know, being with the kids and coaching and everything like that. I just want to point out one thing. with everything that's going on today in the country, I just want to say that the 1 year that I was in Vietnam, and I'm sure other Vietnam veterans will agree to this, we had no type of prejudice at all. We were one. We had to rely on each other. I think if we head in that direction, we'll be okay. I'd like to thank my wife for giving me the opportunity to coach football and being involved in things. It was a great privilege and an honor to have this day today on Memorial Day. I just want to thank the school district again, Coach Hollingsworth, and the kids. It's simple. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amalfitano, for both your service and for being with us today. This memorial, where we gather today, exists due to the efforts of the Ridley War Memorial Committee. Their service, advocacy, and generous financial contributions resulted in its construction, and this landmark serves as a reminder to the Ridley students and the greater Ridley community of the colossal sacrifices made by former schoolmates, teammates, neighbors, and friends. The Ridley War Memorial Committee sought to honor these local heroes, all graduates of the Eddystone, Ridley Park, Ridley Township, and Ridley High Schools, who served in our armed forces with honor and valor and in war and in peace. As we read the names of our fallen heroes, we hope to honor their courage, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication to our country. Each name is a reminder of the lives given in service and the enduring legacy that they leave behind.
Dominic Baroni, John J. Barrow, Charles Beal, Alfredo Benini, Martin Basinger, Paul Bonsall, William O. Bonsall.
Eric Brooks, Wilson Burke, Gary Butts, Stanley Brigazowski, Walter Brown, James L. Bruton, Robert E. Cannon.
James Carragher, Mario Cianci, James Concannon, William Koppel, Robert Connor, John K. Dean, and Frank DePrisco. George A. Dinkelacker, Martin Dublinsky, Howard Dugan, James G. Eisenberger, Clyde C. Elms Jr., Barry Forsyth, John Gillen, C. Leslie Green.
George Gross, Richard Hayes, William E. Hisselbatcher Jr., Edward N. Hunter, Gray Hutcherson, W. G. Hutcherson, and William R. Kerr Jr.
John A. Kisonas, Edward Lamberson, Nelson Lambert, Joseph Linder, Andrew R. Lockhart III, John J. McGinnis, and Francis X. McGee.
Howard O. Mattis, Myron Maespink, Gerald McClintock, William McGigan, Kenneth McKinley, Raymond J. Miller, Fred Mills.
Thomas Mitchell, Charles Montgomery, James B. Moore, Barry W. Murtaugh, Jake Osterland, Leslie Pace, Richard Polly.
Walter Radwinuk, Chiro Ramaldi, Robert Ron, Frederick A. Scott, Ralph M. Schuler, Michael Schultish, Joseph Snell, Arthur Stang.
Warren Pete Stinger Jr., Andrew J. Sutton, Dunbar Taylor, George Turner, Thomas Twiley, Rocco Vitelli, Jay Walmsley, and Frank Westerberg.
Harold Whipple, Alfred Wilson, James Wissing, Harold W. Wooden, Joseph Zambito, All those who are able, please rise for the playing of taps.
Thank you, Keenan. As we close today's observance, we are reminded that honoring the fallen is not a once-a-year event. It is a responsibility we carry with us. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "Freedom makes a huge requirement of every human being. With freedom comes responsibility." This day is deeply personal. The names etched into our district's memorial are not distant or unknown. They are family members of our families, our neighbors, and our former students. We honor them not as strangers, but as part of our Ridley community. It is our responsibility to remember, to honor, and to live in a way that reflects the courage and sacrifice of those who came before us. To the families who have lost loved ones in service, your sacrifice is not forgotten. We stand with you in remembrance and in gratitude. Thank you for being part of today's ceremony. I'd like to recognize our local VFW who is with us today as well. Thank you for your service. Good. Special thanks to the Ridley School District Board of Directors, to Mr. Jacob Wiley and the TV studio staff, and to Mr. Dale Urban and the high school custodial team, and to all the members of the armed forces who supported today's program. A sincere thank you as well to Mr. Mike Amalfitano for joining us and for his dedicated service to both our country and our community. Thank you to Mrs. Kristen Schaefer, Mr. Eric Hollingsworth, and Mr. Samuel Breckenridge for helping prepare this program, as well as his students. Thank you. And to our students preparing to serve, and to all those who have served, thank you. Your commitment inspires us. May we leave here not only with gratitude, but with a renewed sense of purpose to live in a way that honors the legacy of those who gave all. Thank you. This concludes our program for today.